G'day everybody, and welcome to Farming Sim 25, which some of you may remember. Shadow and I played a fair bit of Farming Sim 22 and got up to all sorts of shenanigans. This time I'm playing on my own, and since this is a dare drop stream, I've actually got a fun little challenge. And when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I've got to do. I've even gone and gotten a picture from my fridge so that I've got something to work from. The challenge is to turn one of my fields by growing stuff into a picture. But since I'm starting out fresh, and apparently have gained $54 while 54 euros while just standing around. Interesting. I guess I just look that good. Or that weird. Or that thing. Why have I gained money while I'm just standing around? I'm so confused. Anyway, someone thought I was homeless, yes. Yeah, that's definitely what it was. But yeah, I've got a picture of Charlie, my dog, to attempt to grow her face on a field at some point. Now, what I thought I would do is try and get some of the basics done, and then after that, I'd be able to have a look at which field might work best as to use as a picture, because I think I owned these 4 fields when I start out. Yeah, because they've all got a cell on them. I'm thinking one of the squarer ones might work best, but maybe this one gives me more flexibility because I've got a bigger space. But I should probably make some money so that I can afford to have one that can be barely growing anything at all. Because but an alternative that I had thought of was, could I draw by removing some of the crop, like by killing off some of the seeds before they actually germinate? But we'll see what I end up doing by messing up other things as I go through. So how do I see where everything's up to? So we're in canola planting, grass planting, oilseed radish. Okay, so we're in canola. All right, and these fields currently have... This one's plowed. No. Okay, that one's plowed. These 2 are ready to harvest. So I should probably start off with doing the harvesting, make the money from harvesting those 2, and then plant a bunch of stuff on them as I can. Can you plant 2 different crops for 2 colors? I was hoping so, Ada. I was hoping so. I think... Do I have seasons on? I presume so. Everything's set to default. I'm hoping I can plant 2 different crops, because that would be really cool, because then I could have Charlie's... Like, I could color Charlie's whole face in something like cotton, and then do her nose, her eyes, and her left ear in something that, when it's grown, is brown or black in color. I don't want to... Oh, if you turn seasons off, you can use all crops for more colors. Yeah, I'll see what I can do with it as it is now, though. I'll see how I can go. Yes, you can plant as many crops as you want in one field. Perfect. Perfect. And I still need to fix my controller. Alright, let's detach. Get this header on. Will Splitsy organize his farm? Yeah, probably not. I'm gonna leave junk everywhere. That's what I do. It's what I do. Should turn off crop damage. I think crop damage might be useful, so I thought I'd leave it on. And those look like different crops. Did it say it on my map what they were? I think if I go to crop types. Yeah, they're different crops. This is canola that's already grown, and we've got wheat and canola, and they're ready to harvest. Okay. I probably shouldn't harvest them together. Okay. I probably need to cut in this side because I'm not going to be able to turn around this way. I'm probably starting in the wrong spot. Thanks, Goro, for the 7 months, and thank you, Perseus, for the 40 months, and thank you, Paladol, for the 25 months and 6 months in advance. And I'm squishing this plowed field. Whoops. That's not good. And we go. Unfold harvester. Nope. How do I put it down? Pipe out, disable straw swath, fold harvester, turn on harvester. No, I need to put it down. How do I put it down? Let me put it down. I don't remember what the keys were. My field's 6, 7, 9, and you'll have one big field, and make one big field so you can have a giant canvas. Yeah, I suppose they could possibly work together. Yeah. I mean, but also, so could 3, 4, 5, which I already own. Oh, there we go. Wait, what? Huh. Interesting. What have I done? And why does... Yeah, why am I not getting the control on my... I had it, it was showing up before. I must have done something. When I just played the tutorial before, I could definitely unfold the harvester, the header, like set it down using my controller, but it wasn't showing up then. Weird. Left bumper and B. Okay. I'll try that at the end of this row. Yep, there we go. It works. Oh, why did I not see that before? It was... Now it shows up? I'm so confused. Oh well, whatever. It's fine. So I was thinking about farming sim when I was mowing my lawns the other day and realizing just how bad I am at doing any of these things, even remotely efficiency. And I was like, how do I approach my lawns more efficiently? Maybe I could learn how to do it here, but I'm not sure that I'm the right person to try and learn that. Okay, so if we cut that bit off, and then I go down the other end and cut it off, I might be able to then go back and forth in that space without crushing too much of this field. I think. Yeah. The general principle is, and someone correct me, the general principle is you cut off all the messy bits around the outside, and then you have a box, and then you just work through the box, right? I mean, TFE, if I tried to mow my backyard with a combine harvester, it would be very quick. It wouldn't be very neat, but it would be very quick. Although if it's anything like my brother-in-law's combine harvesters, it would not be very quick because I would have to spend a couple of days fixing the thing first in order to get it working. Actually do it. Come on, get back around. I'm not really keen on auto steering. Like, if I'm not, if I'm gonna, this is kind of similar to me as Kerbal Space Program. Like, sure, at some point you might just get the AI to do it. But if I'm using auto steer, what am I actually doing? Yes, turn off straw. Why? Surely I can buy a way to pick it up. Turn it into a thing. In Farming Sim 25, they have GPS guidance that can actually show you the optimum lines to follow. You don't have to use the auto steer part. Okay. I guess I can look at that for the next field. I'll do this one fully manually and then we'll have a look and see how much difference it makes. Jacko, you might want to try that comment again because that doesn't English. What? I think the idea is I chop through here, and then I should be able to follow a similar path on the, if I loop around. I keep this straight. Think. Oh, a pickup wagon is a thing. Okay, that still doesn't, I still don't really follow, but sure. That sounds more like English. That I can follow. And my row was not wide enough. I should have gone further. Oh, I've got a wagon somewhere. I think. But I'm only 53% full, so it's fine. I'll grab it when I'm full. Hey, I'm trying to do this somewhat efficiently, because I know that you can't just do back and forth rows, because then you have to stop and turn around at each end. So if I make a nice arcing turn, it should allow me to follow down this row, and then I can cut down that middle bit, and then I cut in again, and then it works somewhat more efficiently because I don't have to stop. And then it's all good. Yeah, the baler's what I need to do to pick up all the straw, right? That thing. And then if I get animals, I've got the stuff there already made. Means a forage wagon, use it to pick up the loose straw cheaper than a baler. Okay. Sure. Give that a go. There was... So, I think the reason that this showed up on Dare Drop was they've got some... they got a new DLC out. And I was looking at some of the equipment from it. I'm like... Ooh. Man, I wish we could have some sort of more complex harvesting mechanic than just digging ore in Space Engineers. Because building some of that this sort of ridiculously complex machinery and actually having to design it would be very cool. Yeah, Cara, that's kind of what I was doing. I was trying to go skip a row or 2 rows and then cut in. But my estimate of the width of the header was wrong. We'll see how wrong this one is. And also how not straight my rows are. What is that in my field? Looked like a donkey. Oh, it's a deer. Thought I saw like long floppy ears. I was like, donkey? Oh, yeah, that's too wide. I messed it. Nuts. Oh. Wasn't too far off, though. I'll probably make that 2 rows and it won't be too much wasted time. I'm not sure how quickly you could make a... What's this got on it? Has that got the trailer on it? No. Where is my trailer? Oh, those are my only 2 tractors. Nope, I've got 3 tractors. Where is my other trailer? How do I find it? I swear there should be a trailer around here. Yeah, I'll have to try... I'll try out the GPS on the next one just to see the difference so that I get a feel for it. Yeah, planting... Having watched Clarkson's farm, yes, planting is much more difficult to keep the rows in order. Does anyone see the trailer or know where the trailer's parked? There's a shed behind the combine shed. Come here, dear. Oh, I was hoping it would bounce. Like, Hydroneer. Yeah, those furrow wheel things. I wouldn't normally say this, but I'm with Clarkson. You can't see squat. Aha. Just because deer and tree both have 2 E's and an R doesn't mean you have to hit them all. Reversing with a trailer depends on the type of trailer as to how bad it is, I think. Because there are definitely certain types of trailers that are worse. Like, to me, the trailers with the 4 wheels and the articulated front set of wheels, those are horrific to get your head around reversing with. Wait, does this hold less than the Combine? About the same as the Combine. Okay, where do I need to go sell this? Where is the selling of things? The grain elevator is, I think, somewhere here. Animal dealer. Is that it? Grain West Silo, yeah. Alright, off we go. What? Hang on. I know there's the opportunity to sell it or hold it. But I'm unsure where the thing is for seeing the prices, the recent prices. Because these are production chains that I think you buy. This. So I've just harvested wheat. Which actually has a decent... Oh, wait, no, we're in August. Okay. I should wait and hold that, because that's substantially more. Alright, fine. I'll hold it. I think I take it over to my silos over here then. Thanks, Thanos. Thank you for the 18 months. And thank you, Collector, for the Prime sub. I probably shouldn't cut across my own fields. Is there anything new in Farming Sim? There's a new DLC. That's the occasion. I got this as a sponsored stream through Daredrop. Dump. RBY. You guys are going to have to, at a later stage, teach me how to actually get this back. So I can sell it. Or whatever I do. Or probably remember that it even exists. Because that's a thing I'll forget. Zoom. Can I turn off the tractor? Seriously, that's my horn? That is... that is not an impressive horn. Yep. That's a polite horn. Yep. Sounds like Capac's secret code. Oh, it's the same horn on this. I don't know if you guys can hear it over the engine. Meep, 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 meep. I was expecting more like a truck horn, like a wah. Yeah, it's a meep meep horn. I mean, at least when I rode a motorbike, the horn that I had on that was like, well, I guess it was more like, and then it doesn't make it sound good, but it's kind of like yapping dog noisy. Yeah, and beaker. Yeah, it's a beaker horn. Yeah, I know it's probably realistic. I mean, everything else in the game is, like, intended to be, so I presume it is. But it still feels disappointing, right? You got this gigantic piece of machinery and you go meep, 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 meep. It's like the car I drive normally, its horn is angry. She could pretend to be Roadrunner. Yep. Meep, meep. Thanks, Taz. Thank you for the tier 3 for 38 months. Thank you very much. Oh, Corin, don't go bringing your logic into my horn argument. You don't want a loud horn because it'll scare the animals. Oh. Yeah, my motorbike, the horn on it, I think was, yeah, angry small dog, but then at least my first bike, the engine noise on it was swarm of incredibly angry hornets. That's the best way I can describe it. Because it was a 250cc 4-stroke that went up to 18, like redlined at 18,000 RPM. So it was like super high revving and yeah, angry mosquito. Yeah, Thanos, the Nexat stuff looked like really cool machinery. I'm hoping I can buy one just to see what it is, because it just looks like that kind of fun folding stuff that a lot of us probably dream of building in things like Space Engineers. Demented sewing machine? No, it was... I don't think a demented sewing machine could get that loud. I once saw a video where someone put a tri-horn train horn in a micro smart car. What thoughts would go through your head? One, to be in a position where someone driving one of those micro smart cars needs to use their horn. And two, to then have it come out that loud and with that much bass. Well, I'm going to say something that's a bit mean, but I think maybe a borderline fair. Can you really cut off a like one of those mini smart cars? Are they quick enough to actually be cut off, or are you just driving ahead of them? Like, at least the ones I've seen where I live have always been going slow enough that they are not quite going the speed limit. One little group of tufts just missed that row. That's annoying. Pretty close though. I think I did pretty well, considering. I haven't done any of this harvesting in a while, and I didn't use any guidelines. Uh-oh. Shadows caught me. I treat cyclists well. Being a former motorcyclist, I am very conscious of people on two wheels. And very forgiving of people on two wheels. I also once hired, because I just needed a car when mine was getting serviced, or there was something wrong with it, I can't remember what it was now. But I had to hire a car, and the cheapest thing I could hire was a Nissan Micra. I'm 187 centimeters tall. You know that scene in The Simpsons where Nelson Muntz laughs at that guy in his car, and then he unfolds his way out of the car and makes Nelson drive down the street? Yeah, I was that guy, except no one laughed at me. Or at least I didn't hear anyone laughing at me. Driving that thing was ridiculous. I felt like a spider, and I died in the driver's seat. So my legs were all curled up, my arms were all in awkward, contorted positions. Wait, why have I got to start filling? I don't want to start filling, I want to empty. Start overloading, tip side. Tip side grain door. Tip side left, right, back. What? So why... Overloading is... Okay, I would have called that unloading. I don't know why that's called overloading. Sorry, I was reading the controls in the top left. Was there something in the middle bottom of my screen I should have been looking at? Oops. Okay, so the other thing to be harvested is this field down here. So let's see if I can turn on the GPS guides. You can overload a trailer. My uncle did that to my dad's trailer. My dad recalls it as... What is that sound? What is someone doing driving down the road right now? Only to see my uncle pulling into the driveway with the suspension on the trailer having given out, and the trailer having kind of also snapped in the middle in some way that it was now only being held on by the chains, not by the tow ball. It was a thing. So how do I turn on this AI guide, the GPS guides? For it. Yeah, he completely messed up my dad's trailer. He loaded it with a couple of cubic meters of sodden wet sand. Yeah, Thanos, I would have been... The only way I could have been comfortable in the Micro would have been to do the high tower thing, rip out the front seat, and drive from the back seat. Yeah, Time Death Mark, at 195 and driving a Mini, a modern Mini or an old Mini? Because a modern Mini isn't actually small. They're decently sized cars. Steering assist. Show lines on. So this one wants me to go around the field and then do lines. Oh, in line with that way. Interesting. So the headlands are 2 roads around. Alright. Let's give this a go then. I'm guessing I follow the purple line? Or do I follow the orange line? Which line do I follow? How does this work? Follow the orange line. I think I might need to make this more narrow, because if I follow the orange line... Am I actually going to clear this full width? Am I 6 meters wide? If I make this more narrow, I'm less likely to stuff it up as well, aren't I? So if I drop this to 5 meters... That's better. There we go. Oh, it's on the wrong field. There we go. That gives me a little breathing room. Yes, it'll make me do more rows, but it'll give me a little breathing room. I presume it does set based on the width of the header, but I'm also aware that I'm not probably going to be the most consistent of drivers. So I thought I'd give myself some safety margins. Especially for stuff like these corners. Yeah, I probably should have just dropped it to like 5.5 rather than cutting a whole meter off it, but whatever. It'll be fine. Hey. Maybe I can finally learn to make mowing more efficient at home. Oops. See? Drifting off. There would have been a problem. So I get too interested in messing with my camera. The pipe would hit stuff on the edge if there was stuff on the edge to hit, which there isn't, so it's fine. Activate lane. What does that do? What does activating the lane do? I don't want the GPS to do my steering. I want to do it myself. Why would I want... I said that before. Why would I want the game to steer for me? I mean, I know why a real farmer would want to do that, and it makes a lot of sense. But I'm playing a game here. Why would I want the computer to do it for me? I mean, yeah. Again, I'm playing a game. Why would I want to make it realistic, Paladol? It's a game. Game's not about realism. It's about realism where realism could be fun. I think you give up on realism the moment it's not fun. Like, how seeds in this, you buy a bag of just generic seeds and then you just pick what it is in the seeder. Because it's probably not fun to have to store all the different types of seeds. And so, like, I would presume that's why the devs made that choice. Because it is more about balancing the needs of fun versus the simulation. Oh, that's going to annoy me. It's like using MechJeb in Kerbal Space Program. I never had any desire to use it, because I never did any missions repetitively enough to feel like it wasn't always a risk for me to mess up the launch. I was like, well... Made one bag, but not for saplings. Interesting. Okay, so I think I probably want to... I can do the rows now. And so if I just pick a row... So let's start with this one. Start with the first one. Get it out of the way. And then I go to... I skip one and go to the next one. I might plow and cultivate these fields into one, because then it'll give me a lot of room for the Charlie head. Go to this one. Yeah, hiring a worker is very different to steering assist. Hiring a worker means I go do something else. And I mean, once I get to the point where I'm like, all right, now I'm doing the art and I'm doing the style of the thing. Yeah, I'll hire an AI worker to do stuff for me. Because then I'll be probably spending way too much time messing around with things that I'll run out of money. Alright, you down? Yep. I did this wrong. If I was going to do this, I should have just done alternates all the way across and then come back and done the other alternates. That's what I should have done. And I will, now. Yeah, Hushman, I kind of like that idea, I'm not going to lie. The concept of instead of hiring an AI worker, get a real human player to join your game to be the AI worker instead and to actually do the work on your farm. So it's real people, but doing the work. I quite like the concept of doing that as a stream thing. Huh. I might want to give that a go. Although we will have to... There will be the joys of all of my... well, most of my AI workers probably having terrible ping. And not knowing... But That actually sounds really fun. Just try it as a one-off thing. I really like that idea. You can have 8 players? 16. Okay. Yeah, 16 players co-op. And I just hire players when I need, when I've got enough money that I can have more, I have more work to do than, time. I do really like that as a concept. Just to see the mayhem that would unfold. Yeah, everything in farming seems pretty slow, but if Shadow was still around, she'd be able to comment on how ping feels, because she was dealing with close to 300 when we were playing Farming Sim 22. UK to US is a lot closer than Australia to UK. Australia to UK is about as bad as it gets. Based on, given the way that linkages work around the planet. And do you guys know, can Farming Sim 25 have a dedicated server? Interesting. Very interesting. So if it had, because yes is the answer to the question, it does have a dedicated server. So that would mean I could run it on my server, and that way I don't have to worry about my upload bandwidth being chewed up by having 16 people on the farm. And then the stream bandwidth and all that sort of stuff. He types, I would not get a server to get everyone at about the same ping. I would get a server to get me the best ping, which is my server. Unfortunately, the number of people joining to play is substantially fewer than the number of people watching. So the experience for the people watching matters more to than the people playing, which is why my server is based in Sydney. You still remember the days of trying to do FPS on dial-up? I remember playing FPS on dial-up, and it was fine, because I was playing Unreal Tournament on a server that was in the same city that I was in. So that was fine. What's my ping to Shack? My ping to Shack's about 260. But if Shack got a West Coast US server, he'd probably have a ping of about 90 to 120, depending on the quality of the server connections that he has. And I'd have a ping of about 160. Because from Sydney to LA, I think it is, there is a direct... Oh, you're kidding me. Turned too soon. There's a direct underwater cable. As a non-Australian, I have a serious question. How much do you really meet scary spiders down there? I mean, regularly? But I'm not scared of them. I'm aware of them. And I try not to do stupid things near them, like poking them with my finger. Or putting on a shoe that's been left outside without looking what's inside it, or a glove. Although gloves, I don't tend to look inside, I just tend to screw them up and squish them to kill anything that's in there. Because it's just impractical to do it any other way. You can't see the fingertips. Define scary, anything bigger than 3 centimeters. Well, yeah, I mean, we've got some really impressive spider webs around the house at the moment, because the orb weavers are making their webs every night. And they're pretty big. I think a lot of people would find them scary. I know my other half is a bit very arachnophobic. And so she's panicked by them all the time. Not that they'll actually do you any meaningful harm other than a very painful bite. Yeah, the orb weavers are cool though. Especially with the amount of rain we've been having lately, it's quite common for the webs to be covered in the glistening droplets of water. But like, I see a good chunk of huntsmen crawling around the place. I'm glad we don't have this. I don't know what the species is called. But it was one that was really common where I grew up. And it's a proper horror movie style of web that it makes. So the spider is black and yellow. The females grow up, like I think the biggest ones I've seen were about like leg to leg, 12 centimeters. With the body being about 4 to 5 centimeters in size for the females. But the thing is, they don't just make a singular web on their own. They do like a colony web. And it's crazy. Like, I remember seeing webs that would be stretching from one end to the other 10 to 15 meters. Just with 20 plus spiders in them. So it was like, what's the scary place in Valheim that's all like that was all covered in webs, at least in there before they actually made it into a place? No, not a Synandrix cross. Synandrix cross, they'll hurt, but they don't really cause you much trouble. And they're singular. They stand on their own. The Mistland. Was it Mistlands? Was it Mistlands before they actually developed it? I think it was, yeah. It looked like just webs all over the trees everywhere. That's what this is in the real world. And I'll admit, not a big fan of those. Those I'm like, this web just goes everywhere. I don't know where to not run into. That's crazy. Alright, so... soil composition, where are we at? Needs lime. So we're at harvested. I need to... that one's plowed. So I need to now go and cultivate all of these. And plant stuff on all of them if I can. I guess. That's right, isn't it? Cultivator. But I need to pick up that stuff. So... the stuff I left on the ground. Let's leave the thing here. You go buy a thing. Where is the buying of things on the map? That is Katie. Animal dealer. Nope. Shop. Vehicle shop. Alright, cool. It's just down the road. I'm gonna buy the thingy to pick up the stuff that's on the field. That's descriptive, right? Oh, Can I knock over all these signs? Forager. Yeah, forager. Well, oversteer. It is always nice when the road signs can break. While I was doing the tutorial, I was having a think about this, and I was like, ooh, that would be cool. I'm not sure everyone would be a fan, but I would definitely be interested. Farming sim with soft body physics of something like BeamNG. So when you crash into stuff, you actually mess up your tractor. We'll see how much things cost. We'll see how much things cost. So if it's too expensive to get a baler, then I'll get the forager thing. Soil cultivation, seeding, yield improvements, combine harvesting, forage harvesting. Silo compaction. Grassland, baling. Square balers, round balers. I'm gonna have to move all the bales of hay as well, aren't I? Check the discounts tab first. Good call. Is this a thing? Is it this thing? It's a weeder. I might want to buy the weeder, because I don't have one. I think I don't have one. And it is discounted. Heavily. Yeah, I thought it was an attachment for a big thing that I probably don't want to try and buy. But buying a big weeder could be good. What do you mean I can't pull this weeder? Blazer, did you watch me doing all I did with the little Landini tractor? 250 to 450. What does my tractor have? Actually, I don't know what my tractor had. It can, just not quickly, exactly. Anyway, so there's nothing in there that I want. What I want is... Let's have a look at these balers. Baling. Square balers. Yeah, there we go. This guy. This little guy. I should do. It's only 22,000. Not sure I want to go... I can't afford that. But yeah, I can afford this. Last tab on the left lists owned items. Huh? B1, the 1840 makes tiny bales and tons of them. So this is what I have. Does it tell me what these things are? I think that's a cultivator. That's got 116 horsepower. That's got 160. Does Farming Sim 25 have grabby hands? Don't think so. Alright. Wait. How did I leave the shop? I'm confused. What did I do? Alright. So, is this the forage things? Because these look expensive. I don't think it's these that people meant. Wooden bales should buy forage. Where is a forage? Under grassland. Forage wagons? So what do these do? A forage wagon collects grass, hay, or straw. It can also be filled with chaff. And then what happens with the stuff once I put it in this? What do I do with it after this? Is it sellable? Do I dump it in a feed thing? Alright, I'll buy one of these. Silage additives tank. That's gonna be expensive, isn't it? But I can modify this later to add that, right? That's for grass. Okay, cool. Alright, done. Ooh, maybe I lease it. How much is the lease? Lease it for 50. Yeah, let's lease it and I'll sell the stuff and then I'll end the lease. Yeah. That way if I don't like it, it's fine. Makes some degree of sense, I suppose. Reverse, reverse, reverse. What is that? Something didn't sound happy just then. It's hearing a noise. Oh yeah, I was leasing. I should have gone bigger, shouldn't I? Ah, stupid. I didn't think. Didn't think once I... Apparently I'm driving off the road. Ah! Okay, oversteer is a real problem from third person. Let's go... inside. There are certain things that I will do that will always be different. Because I like to do things differently. There are things I do in Space Engineers, even though I have thousands of hours in it. That people who also have thousands of hours find frustrating. As long as everyone's having fun, it doesn't matter. Whoa. Okay. That was a thing. That was a sudden turn. I've truly messed up that corner of the field. Lift, pick up. No? Oh. Probably should have had that lifted. That would have made it easier. Turn on loading wagon. Oh no, that's the... Yep, I should have had that off when I was driving around on the road. There we go. Yeah, Blazer, I'm sure you could speed run and make money. I feel like farming sim to me is not about making money, but about doing things. Just how I prefer to play these sorts of games. Like, it's not hard to make profits, so I don't tend to focus on profits. I do the same in Transport Tycoon and in a lot of the Tycoon style games. Because I know I can win them, I don't try to. If something's genuinely difficult, like SimCity 4, you could actually make genuinely difficult and you had to really carefully manage things and make sure you did it all correctly. Then I take it a bit more seriously and I do try and do things right. But it's rare these days that games are balanced that way. Like, I know City Skylines very much not balanced that way. You just do things in whatever silly way you choose. And yeah, I figured you'd agree that having your own fun is the right way to play. One of the reasons that Capac and I often disagree when we're playing games is because I realize that things are going to be very difficult, and he doesn't care. He plays silly no matter whether we've got the ability to afford to or not. And he does that because he knows that how much it riles me up. Have I played Farming Sim 25 before? No, this is the first. Played a good chunk of Farming Sim 22 on stream with Shadow, but this is the first time playing Farming Sim 25. I literally installed it this morning. Because the thing for Dare Drop went live at 4 AM local time. And since that was when I could first get the key, I had to come out here before Toby had woken up this morning and install it. But yeah, I tend to, especially when learning a game, I think it's preferable to do everything yourself before you start trying to automate it. I like that in Stationeers. I like to do it all myself and do it all manually first when a new system's there. And then I can, because otherwise I feel like I miss out on too much. I am so curious if I will make enough money from selling this to make up for the loan costs, the lease costs of the wagon. My feeling is no. I suspect I will not. Yes, but just barely, you reckon? Well, we'll see. Oh no, I'm going to be full before the end of the row. Okay, the pickup's back up. Do I just go is there a particular spot I'm meant to sell this, or is there, or can I just go to the same, or is it the silos place over here? And I said, yeah, my youngest son was bragging about having six-figure money in game, but only about 4 to 10 hours. They sold everything, then buy bees, then get lots of money, then sell them, get solar, get more money, sell them, get wind power. Your brother and I spent 200 plus hours playing the game and had the same amount of money, but we had more fun. Exactly, Thanos, exactly. Some people do have fun trying to break games like that. Not my style of play, but some people that's the thing. I presume it's straw that I'm selling, right? And of course, because it's August and it's at the peak of things, it's going to sell for the least, but I'm going to sell it anyway because I'm going to get rid of this trailer. Unless I can dump it in my silo, just let me do that. Bonk. Out of the way. Wait, how do I unload here? What happens if I unload here? This action cannot be performed here. Okay. Alright, so we go back to map. We go straw. We'll go to the animal dealer. It's close. Tag place. There we go. Off we go. Looking through the trees makes it quite difficult to drive. I can store it in my big barn next to my fields. Ah, okay. Yeah, if it's going to be hard to pick up later, I probably won't. Charles, I'm glad you enjoy it more when I am not efficient in my gameplay. I think I'm getting better as I think about this stuff more. I think I'm getting better at letting myself just do that. When I think back to Survival Maybe, my first Space Engineers Let's Play series, I did none of that efficiently. And it was so much fun. And I think I've pushed myself too hard to try and make changes to the game to force me to play efficiently in some search for fun, but it didn't really work out. So I'm glad to have found better ways, I think, of doing that these days. How much money did we get for this load? Does it tell me my total from that? 990. Okay. My rental cost was 1,600 plus, well, if I keep this around for longer, plus however much longer I keep it around for. So I should make a couple of $100. Could be worse. I'm learning a thing, so that's always good. But yeah, I was I was thinking about all this stuff, obviously, in the context of things like Survival Impossible and all those sort of things, and how much just letting yourself do something to do something because you think it'll be a cool way of doing it makes open games like this that much more fun. Like the idea of getting you guys in to be the AI workers instead of using actual AI workers. That's obviously not efficient. It means I have to learn how to set up a server. It means I have to do a whole bunch of stuff like that. But it would add so much fun. Yeah, Charles, I think you're right. I think I went and chased efficiency for a little while there and lost out on some fun as a result, so I'm glad to have learnt that lesson of what makes things most fun for me. Alright, let's load. I don't think vehicles take damage from collisions, do they? Or do they? Actually, maybe they do, because I've got a mechanical symbol on my tractor. Maybe they do take damage. Maybe I am taking damage. They probably do take damage. I probably should stop running into things haphazardly. And only run into them intentionally instead. Oh yeah, and maintenance costs, just taking damage over time as well, yeah. I might skip those horrible bits at the ends of the rows and just not worry about picking them all up. I don't think they're worth the time. No damage, it's wear and tear. Okay. So I'm not making it worse. Good, good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too much steer. Is it still that dirty vehicles wear faster? Did dirty vehicles wear faster in 22? I assume it would be similar. Because they've got all the ground deformation stuff now in this. To make it look a bit like SnowRunner. So now I don't need that mod that totally broke the game when Shadow and I played with it. Oops. After my stream the other day, I'm actually looking forward to Roadcraft. I know I've been very negative about SnowRunner over the years, and I think it's deserved, but I'm actually looking forward to Roadcraft. If its multiplayer works well, I'll be very happy. If it doesn't, then I'll just play it on my own. Come on, tractor. I would like this to have mud like SnowRunner, where you get stuck in your fields and you have to do more of that side of things, not just the farming. But I also feel like that would probably be counter to the usual way that people play this game. It appealed to me and to, I think, a decent chunk of you guys, but I think it might not appeal to a lot of others who play. I can definitely see the downsides to it. Even though it's something I think I would have fun with. Once you understand what is coming out soonish, that will allow it. Okay. I certainly would be interested in giving that a go in this. Seeing if something like what I tried with 22 could actually work now that there's more systems in place to support it. Thanos, were you playing over LAN or were you playing over interwebs? When you had a positive experience with Roadcraft? Yeah, Charles, I'm not surprised that you were getting a high salt diet when watching Wasted's perspective of our SnowRunner playthrough. Thanks, Camo. Thank you for 37 months. Where's Capac to cause chaos in this? Well, Capac's doing his tabletop stream today. I did contemplate trying to get him involved in this, but I thought I'd play it on my own first. Get a better handle on it before bringing Capac in. But I think I would like to play this with him at some point. I think it'd be good fun. Yeah, he's going to be doing his tabletop stream, and I've got my fingers crossed that he's using the camera that I gave him yesterday afternoon so that he doesn't have a blurry stream for most of it. As he came around to my place yesterday afternoon to pick it up. We had some good chats about things from our distant past that we'd like to revive, that sort of stuff. As he posted Space Engineers 2 rebuild of our original YouTube video ship. Actually, TFE, we did talk about Rocket League. But no. No, I have no plans on reinstalling Rocket League. Let's see, come visit my ranch in Texas and you can play this for real. You know what? I could also go out to my sister's place. Though, I think my brother-in-law might finally have gotten his way and they're not doing crops this season. I think he might have finally gotten his way, which I'm very happy for him. Because he's very much more on the, I want to do the animals stuff, not the crop stuff. Because they're primarily a cattle farm. But his dad was always pushing hard for the crops, and I think he's finally gotten his way, and I think that is probably a good thing. How do I feel about having to drive on the wrong side of the road? I'm used to it. I've played many, many, many thousands of hours of GTA 5 over the years, in the different versions. I sometimes drive on the correct side of the road just for the fun of it. You're over the internet? Okay, that's good. I'm pleased to hear you had good experience with it. Because as I said, like, I enjoyed the demo. Oh, right. There's the... sort of... from the picture it made me think Vietnam map? Which side do they drive on in Vietnam? I can't remember. I know Japan drives on the correct side of the road. Well, no, my favorite thing in GTA 5, and I've got to do it in the new fancy we have ray tracing now version, because it's just fun, is to go into the single player story Oh man. How have I forgotten his name? Oh, I've forgotten the main character's name. Anyway, but grab him, get on a motorbike, and use his super slow-mo powers to go as fast as I can down the wrong side of the road. But before I do that, I usually set up my 3 screens in surround. So it's kind of as close to VR as I can get without having a VR headset. Franklin. Yeah. Because Franklin's got that slowdown mode. And so you can you can ride a motorbike super fast between the oncoming traffic, and then when it wears off, you're going ridiculously fast and somehow still alive on the freeway. But yeah, I love doing that with the big surround screens, because if I'm sitting in my current position, I think I have close to 120 degrees field of vision between my 3 monitors, because I probably sit a bit too close to them. Because I have my computers on my desk behind them, so I can't push them back. Well, I have one of my computers on the desk. I've moved my main one under the desk now. It's dangling from underneath the desk. And I need to make a mount similar to that for my stream PC so they can both be under the desk, and then I get my gigantic desktop to myself. Honestly, Camo, I don't think I'm a good person for a racing simulator. Largely because I don't take it seriously enough. But I have enjoyed racing games. I just don't know. Start that again. I worry that I would be too focused to make that interesting to watch. I like to believe, and I might be wrong on this. Whoa. Okay, that's a steep hill. I like to believe that at least my single player streams, the more interesting part than, like, there's the how I like to do things, but there's also just having a bit of a chat. And if you get rid of the chat, I'm not good enough at games to carry that. Like, if I'm fully focused, I'm okay. Like with Rocket League, TFE could probably give a better idea of what centile my ranking would have put me at. Because I would say TFE was probably in the top, at least the top 10%, if not the top 5% of players, or even better than that. And if he was top 5 or something, then I'd probably be in the top 10 as the best estimate. But that was a game I played 1,400 hours of. I'm magnetically drawn to trees. Let's put it that way. So I don't think I'm good enough to play without talking. And I think racing games kind of demand a lot of focus. Having said that, I guess we could find out if I can get lucky enough to get a few more streams like this. As I would love to play some GTA 6 when it comes out, just because I have played every mainline GTA game ever, and I absolutely love playing those games, and I'm not sure I would get the time to play it if I can't play it on stream. And I'm sure we can find some silly things to do that are lighthearted that we can do within that setting that might make it fun. And I guess some of the racing bits I might have to be focused so we can see how badly it goes. I actually own Wreckfest, Danny. TFE, did we actually... If he's still in chat, I don't know if he is. I think we might have talked... TFE and I definitely talked about playing. I can't remember if we tested playing it, just the two of us, at some point. Or with Capac. I feel like we did one afternoon. The three of us played it. Oh, I need to return this trailer. I don't need it anymore. Yeah, quit your whinging. You chose a bad point to overtake me. Haven't tested and have talked about it, yeah. Do I have to return this, or can I just magic it away? You talking yourself through learning would be fun, especially a real racing sim like F1. Well, that's the thing. If I can not let myself get 100% focused on the game, as in on... Sorry. No, that's the wrong way to say it. If I can let myself not get fully focused on winning, then I think might work. I think it would take some practice. Is return what I want? Yes. Return. Yes. Okay. So I made, you know, a moderate amount of money. Alright, so now I gotta go get my plow. Cultivator thing. Next time gonna bail it? I think I might. I think that was the right call for me to do this time. But I think I'd bail it next time. I'd like to get some animals. But the other thing about a real racing sim is I don't have a driving wheel, and I don't really want to buy one. Because I feel like I wouldn't use it enough for it to be worth it. I have 3 cows already. I don't think I own that little thing of cows, do I? I assumed I didn't own it. Do I own that? Oh, crunch. Come on. There we go. I think you own them. Maybe. Maybe I should have fed them then. Oh, it does look like I own them, doesn't it? Animals 3. Health 0%. Feel like that's not what I read it as. Open animal dialogue. Cow pasture. Brown Swiss. This breed is used for dairy farming and produces milk. Cows like grass, hay, and something managed rations? Or something like that. Additionally, they require water. This is a calf. Animals that are healthy and older than 18 months can reproduce. So I could buy one. Wait, what cows do I... Oh, I've got Angus cattle. Do I? For Rocket League, I'm currently 97th percentile, and you were roughly 85th. Yeah, that. So you were more like 90th back then. Oh yeah, that makes sense, TFA. So yeah, 85th centile. So I'm like, that's considerably above average, but it's not good. It's just good enough that I was having fun. So yeah, those are the ones I own, and I can sell them for $1,000 each. Okay. So I've got beef cattle. So now I need to cultivate. I think that's the plow. No, that's the cultivator that's on the back. Okay. Well, the cows are getting fed. They've got grass. They're just not being fed fancy. Onyx, used stuff is PC stuff is incredibly rare in Australia in general. That's been my experience. I was looking at used GPUs for my stream PC, and why did that go away? Steering assist is what I wanted. That's fine. Yeah, I was looking for used GPUs, and Australia's just not quite big enough to have the market be big enough to maintain a second-hand market for a lot of things. So you might get lucky and you'll find a steering wheel second-hand, but the reality is there's not enough of them for it to be a competitive market, so it ends up not being worth it. And comparing, say, something you buy new to something you buy secondhand and having a warranty and all that sort of stuff, that tends to add to buying new, being usually the way you go for things. At least with the GPU, that was where I ended up getting to. Every time I looked at eBay, I was like, there's just nothing here that makes this worthwhile. So, actually, before I do what I'm doing, can I turn this into one gigantic field? Yeah, Evil Row, it is 100% like that. I'm sure it's like it is here in Scotland. People try and sell their old stuff for not much less than new stuff, even though it's heavily used. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I don't own a plow, so I can't. And I don't really want to. Yeah, that's fine. I'll wait till I have a bigger tractor before I buy a plow. Plows are slow. Okay. So if I get this field done, I might get an AI worker to do the next one while I start planting. Because I am taking a lot longer than I intended to, than I imagined. Although I did expect it would be slow today, because I am slow. Because I want to start making a bit more money and start thinking about how I'm going to draw Charlie. Will I have enough time? 1 day is 1 month, right? I thought it was canola planting when I last looked. If I can get it done before the end of the day. Oddly enough, canola harvest and planting at the same time. Come on, turn. Turn is too tight. And I can't jackknife this trailer any further. Oof. I've made a meal out of that. There we go, that's better. Yeah, it might be sorghum. I'll have a look after I've cultivated this one, see what I plant, because it probably makes more sense to cultivate, plant, cultivate, plant, cultivate, plant, with the way the game works. Whoops. I was... Don't cultivate and text, people. That was why I went so far off the mark there. Whoopsie. Grass is always in season. Yeah. Grass is fine. It's a bit dull. I mean, actually, no, it wasn't. Grass was alright to harvest, but I think it was more fun to harvest with 2-bit. I have done this wrong, haven't I? I didn't start where I was meant to start. Oh well. If you can get a roller and roll the field after you plant, easy 5% boost to yield. Okay. Wait. Am I even on the correct row? Should I be half a thing over? Is that part of where my problems are? Oh well. No, because I started at the correct point on the outside. No, this is right. Can't wait for precision farming. What do you mean, Onyx? Do you mean like the hay baling competition things? Because that was kind of fun. I think it's because you set up 4 headlands instead of 2 headlands. I just left it on what I thought it was. Wasn't that the default? Oh, precision farming is in an update for this DLC thing. Or a mod. Ah. What does it do? Like, I know the name says something useful. Precision farming is a mod for farming sim. It makes it so you have to test your fields for soil comp and add lime, etc. to balance it. Okay. Oh. It's like, yeah. Makes sense. It basically makes it adds more realism to that side of things, so you have more tasks to do and more varied tasks, so it's not just I do exactly the same thing. Which, like we're talking about before about realism where it doesn't serve gameplay, that feels like realism that for a lot of people would serve gameplay. Because it varies your gameplay by making you do different things to different fields because the different fields need different things. Whereas that's served in the vanilla game by just different crops. So yeah. Make sense? Just thinking, if you were to cultivate the center first, then the headland boundary, you wouldn't be driving over your cultivated land and possibly ruining it. You say that now, Daz? Because you're absolutely right. I'm not sure I would have listened if you'd said it before I'd finished the task. But you're absolutely right. I should do the lines and then the ends. Ah! Thanks, Kidamaru. Thank you for 25 months. I wonder what can chat do to make Splitsy buy a steering wheel. Okay, chat. Fair question then. Have any of you discovered a thing that actually makes me do a thing? Or am I too stubborn too much of the time? Ooh. I know how you can make me do a thing. If I'm ever told that something is a problem in my content for an accessibility reason, I will, you can pretty much guarantee I will try and fix it. I may not be able to, but I will try and fix it. Particularly stuff like flashing lights or that side of things. And that's why I've got the closed captions, because as soon as I found out I could do that, I added them. Well, the steering wheel and pedals fit in the PO box. You'd have to ask Capac, because he runs the PO box. He did give me a key, or said I could have a key at some point. I don't remember how it all worked. Also, sorry about the wonky camera there. Because I think he's had larger deliveries there, and they just, I think you just pick them up from the post office, rather than specifically the PO box. Yeah, or it can be a funny thing, like microwaving a... a potato to clear the volatiles, yeah. Funny will usually motivate me. This is a weird moment for introspection, I realize, but interesting. Why not take the opportunity? It enriches the not a shortcut because game factor. Yeah, often. I think sometimes it's just catching me in the right mood as well. Like, the number of times I'll be a little irritated by something at a time in a game, and I'll read a suggestion or I'll misread a suggestion, and then I'll read that same suggestion in a YouTube comment a couple of days later and be like, yeah, I should do that. And I realized then that it was just at the moment, like in the moment it was suggested, I was just annoyed by a few things. And so it's just like, rah, rah. There are some streamers that, due to the dialect, are very difficult to understand. A Welsh streamer you watch had a hard time understanding for a while until I got used to his dialect. I've not really had many complaints over the years of my particular Australian accent being difficult to understand. Probably helped that when I started out, when we had worse quality microphones, I was working with a lot of people from the UK, and had my Australian accent had softened even more than it is now. So I was speaking a little bit closer to the Queen's English. Evilbro, you say you just got to put something in a YouTube comment to make me do it, but that didn't work for anyone who wanted me to put a mobile, portable light in my suit in Stationeers. Because it was exactly because some of those comments were written in a way that just rubbed me the wrong way that I haven't done it. Okay, I actually do quite like the GPS lines from making me not waste so much time, but also kind of as a learning tool. There we go. Oh, I'm just trying to remember when the first time I went to Canada, I think some people where I was did have some challenges getting around. I'm not sure it was my accent. I think it was more some of the turns of phrase that I used being a little too Aussie. Because I definitely remember having to repeat myself a bit more. And I was in an area of Canada that you would not expect to see many Australians. So, in other words, not Vancouver. Or the snowfields. It's not Splitsy I have issue understanding, it's Capac working out which the emphasis is on can be tricky, yes. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the field. I don't know if something I did with my settings has messed stuff up. With the field not plowing straight away. Because I've definitely done that bit, and it'll catch up to me. I am wondering if I balked a setting somewhere. Sometimes the game needs a restart and not do it. Yeah, I'm definitely asking a lot of my 3090 right now, because I'm playing this in 4K with pretty much all the settings on max. The only concession I'm giving to my 3090 is that I've got DLSS on. Thanks, Abel. Thank you for the sub. Oops. How's the drawing going? Well, I'm going to get the AI to plant this field now that I'm done. Because if we have a look at the map, I think I'd want to do field number 3. Also, did I miss a spot? Oh, you're kidding me. There's one little... Grr. This is why you don't text and do important tasks. It's much like looking at chat. You miss things. Yep, don't text and plow. Man, that don't text and drive thing was very acutely obvious when playing Euro Truck Sim with Capac. Every time I looked at chat, I crashed pretty much. Alright, so let's have a look at the calendar and see what we can plant. It is August, and we've got planting planting season going ahead of us into September, so I should be fine to plant canola again, or wait till tomorrow and plant barley. But I might start with canola. Even though it does have that tight overlap for the seasons, whereas barley has this advantage of having the August gap. Thanks, Onyx. Thank you for the probe sub. Yes, the Bezos bucks. I did scroll down earlier, and the only thing I can plant in August is canola, grass, and oilseed radish. Like, I could wait till September and get some wheat down. But I might try and... Yeah, let's just get some canola planted. Refill cedar. Alright, so. H. Oh wait, no. Back. I need to change the type of seed. To canola. Now. AI worker. 4.4. Number of headlands. 3. Sure. Worker headlands on. Start. Oh, it even tells the AI to start with the up down rather than the headlines. Go. Cool. Gotcha. Alright. Okay. And now to hire. Activate AI worker. Press H. And it should be doing the thing. What is it doing? Oh, it was the teeny tiny first row, that's what it was doing. Okay, well, it's working now, so I can go and use my other tractor. And lights are gonna be what button? Look a light. Okay. And reset your workers to only use your resources. Oh, that's a thing, isn't it? Why do I want to do that? Wait, carrots were a thing? No, carrots, we're too late for carrots. Okay, so let's think about what I would use to draw Charlie. I'm going to have to wait till February to plant cotton. That's a long way away. I might need to sleep to move days ahead to do things. Because cotton, I think I mostly draw her face with that. It's going to be terrible, but it's going to be hilarious. Carrots are all going to be green tops. I mean, at least the canola is brown, but they're not going to be harvestable at the same time of year, so that it's not going to be the combo. So I probably just want to just do the white bits, and then maybe what else is harvestable? in October. Got corn. Grapes are not helpful. Green beans, probably not. Olives, no. Parsnips, they'll be green. That could work, maybe. Red beet. Soybeans. Sugar beet. Sugar cane. Sunflowers. I think you can turn off seasons for the sake of art. I'd like to try and not do that, but maybe I'll just do a line drawing of Charlie rather than filling in everything. And I'll plant something that's plantable next. So I'll do a practice line drawing. That's probably a better way to do. And if I can do something that I think is, you look at it and you're like, hey, that's something that someone really tried with. Rather than, what is that? Then that might be worth doing. Then that might be the way to go. So yeah, I'll start with a line drawing of just using something. So I might go cultivate that field. No, let's get the proper working fields done first. Start with these. Ultimate test is to show the drawing to Toby and see if he can recognize Charlie. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely an effective test of it. Yep. Don't lose track of the line. Oh, so if I leave a crop in place after its harvest, it'll wither and be brown, will it? Oh, no, 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 no. That one's going to be a bad row. Well, it is what it is. Messed that up entirely. November, December, and January, good months to sleep through if you don't have other industries to work on. Fair enough. They're much more expensive if you pay for their fuel, seeds, fertilizer, rather than using your own. That's why I need to do that thing. Fair enough. Let's see, will be a bear and hibernate through the winter? I might do. I might do. If there's nothing to do, then yeah, of course I will. You can turn withering off, but it's tied to the seasons. So yeah, I mean, if withering makes things brown, I can just plant something else to be Charlie's brown ear. So that should work out just fine. And she has one brown ear, one white ear. I am making a proper mess of this, I think. Not doing the headland first kind of confuses me, I think, a little bit. But we'll see how badly it goes. Certainly more efficient than when I just did it freehand. See, it does. As long as you aren't planting seed, the rows don't matter too much. True. So it worked out well that I made the AI do the seed planting then. Although, it's going to be me doing it for the artsy one. Also, how do I know when I need to tell the worker to stop working? Or to turn his lights on? Oh, he does have his lights on. Oh yeah, Trisket. I'm aware I can make perfect, neat, tidy rows if I want to, but I like doing things the hard way. Kind of just who I am. It's automatic whether he turns his lights on? Okay. And he's automatic when the work finishes. Okay. So I don't have to keep paying him once he's done? I presume I have to pay him, right? See you, bro. Like, I pay the worker, I assume. This room. Auto deduct as time goes on. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was wondering when he gets to the end, what happens, whether I have to fire him or not. Like, hey, I don't want to pay you. We're just sitting around. Finally get to this row, and then I'm gonna have to figure out which bits of headland I've messed up and will actually manage to clean up. The game will pop up saying such and such worker is finished. They may look like they are still sitting in the machine, but you won't be charged for any further. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, let's start. I found it easier starting from the outside and working my way in with the headlands, so I'll do that again and see how badly it goes wrong with the middle having already been done. So I presume I should start at the middle, but it was just confusing me. I felt like I wasn't actually getting it done right. Because the middle ones had so much already done from my turnarounds. So, with the furrows and stuff I get out of my wheels, compare, like, obviously because that's a new thing, can I get stuck? Or is it more of a visual thing to highlight where I've messed up my crops? Like, will I get wheel slip, that sort of thing? Trying to use my tractor in muddier conditions than I probably should. You normally do the headland first, then the middle strips. Also works better with AIs if you manually do the headlands, then let them fill in the middle. Well, I did do the headlands first last time, but then it seemed to make more sense to do the outer so that I don't squish the headlands after I've done them. Which is why I thought it made sense to do it this way. Also works better with AIs if you manually do the headlands, then let them fill in the middle. Yeah, fair, okay. Yeah, this field is very square. I probably could have done it a bit differently and not needed. Like, it's perfectly square. Did I even need the headland? Oh, look at my AI worker. almost. It's actually pretty close to finished. Slip, yes, especially when hilly. Stuck, probably not. Okay. Workers don't press the tires into the ground. Ah. So that's the, yeah, there's a bit of a cheese-it sort of, if you make the workers do the middle bit, then your headlands that you just cultivated or whatever don't get squished. I don't think the running over their headlands with the cultivator matters. As in when they're cultivated, because the map still looked fine. But I thought it mattered for once seeds were in. But I could be wrong. That was my presumption. It was definitely the spots that I'd squished didn't matter for cultivation. Do I have crop destruction on? Maybe I don't. Does it default to on or off? I've got it on normal difficulty. But I think that's just economics, isn't it? That difficulty setting. With crop destruction on, it would have an effect. Okay, so I mustn't... Maybe I don't have it on? Oh well. Whatever. I'll just deal with default for the moment. I think giving me a few... a few bits where I can make mistakes and I just try not to might be the better way for me at this point. So I am not a good tractor driver. So let's have a look at the map and see how many other bits I've actually missed, because I don't think there's much. Oh. Yeah, there's just a couple of bits in the corners. Alright. Yeah, I do feel like doing the headlands first felt better. I do feel like that. Yeah. Headland felt right. I think I'll go back to that way. Even though this arguably makes some sense, it feels weird. And I feel like I'm going over the same ground multiple times, which I think is entirely a psychological thing of the headlands having been partially worked while I was doing the center. Whereas I don't feel like I'm going over it and doing the same work twice when I'm just driving over them to do the center, if that makes sense. Feels different. Oh, there's a bit in here somewhere. Is that it? That's gotta be it. Yay, okay, it's just that one little bit left now. Yeah, Nighthawk, the circular field thing is funny with those. I think they're mostly... Are they bore irrigators? Those gigantic irrigation circle things? They're often from underground aquifers. I think they might be when they're used in the US or Australia. That was my texting and tractoring incident. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Field is finished. Oops. So now, if I were to, I can totally practice with the cultivator. I can see if I can draw Charlie's likeness with the cultivator first. But I sort of need to do that during the day. Because if I do it at night, I'm just not going to see what I've done on the ground properly yet. Yeah, that makes sense, Nighthawk, that it'd be from an aquifer. The circular fields has to do with the watering setup, but I think that watering setup where you've got a central point where the the irrigation system comes up, it's attached to a gigantic long arm, and so because it's pumping the water from that one spot, it's easier if that long arm can just go around in a circle. I don't know whether they also use the arm for applying pesticides and other things like that, though. Alright. So I might go sleep. How do I sleep? And get daytime, although... Oh no, it's 8:30. Yeah. Might sleep and get daytime. How do I do that? Do I go to my house? Okay, I don't have the exact image of Charlie, but I do have an image of Charlie that I can show. That's Charlie. That's my dog. The picture I've got, her ears are not in her streamlined position. They're in her forward, I'm interested in what food you have position. So, it's I think a nicer image to use. But I couldn't find one of those quickly this morning on my phone. They spray Brawno because it's what plants need. Oh dear. Sleep. What time do you want to wake up? Let's wake up at my usual time. Although it's going to be still really dark, isn't it? What time is sunrise around here? Maybe it was 8 o'clock. Let's try 6. Oh, starting to see some light. Let's get another half hour. Hit the snooze button again. There we go. So, when I was trying out the tutorial, I pulled out the torch, and when I did, I was like, huh. The first thing I thought it was actually a little hose sprinkler thing. Why was that dude standing there? Because this is taken some pointers from Stardew Valley, and that's your grandpa. You're taking over the family farm. Okay, so we got weeds on the field now, so that might be interesting. Just like you won't catch me saying anything but solder and pronouncing the L, I also call it a torch. It's fun to watch him teleport as you swap cars. Okay. So, how to begin something like this? I can probably try and, like, map out the top, like, the contours of her ears and the top of her head, and then try and cut in the rest of it. Alright. So, need to get this to the right angle first. This is going to be so bad. Like, proper level bad. But we're going to go. Let's lower the cultivator. We kind of go Up. And maybe that's far enough. But if I... How much more field do I have? Yep. That's kind of curving around the top of... yeah. I'm going to have to lift that up so I can get a sharper angle. I'm not sure why I decided to draw Charlie, not just a smiley face. I probably should have just done a smiley face. Oh well. This is more fun. So then we go down a bit. And then we need to go across the top of her head. Round it out a little bit. Make sure I'm kind of lined up. Alright, I'm going to need to lift that up and change this again because I've gone a little too far, I think. Then I drop it again here. Should be able to bring it up. Go about there, and then we'll come around. This is kind of fun. It's not... So, when I accepted this stream, I didn't know what the dares were going to be. So I was quite pleased when I saw this challenge. I was like, this is not what I expected, but this is going to be kind of fun. That should work. Okay, now. Is that far enough down? Let's have a look. Hey, that's not too bad. So then... It's not too bad. Then we go like this. Bring it in a bit to about there. And this goes down towards her head. I should be able to kind of follow this contour all the way around. Let's have a look at the map again. I think this might work. I think it's going to be pretty bad, but I think it might work okay. Little bit further. Okay, let's try and turn in nice and tight. See how this works with me going for a bendy corner rather than cutting the corner. I think it's going to look more like a bull's head initially, with the horns. turn up. Poor Charlie. I don't think she deserves this. Alright. Let's pull that out. Come around. Hey, I don't think it's looking like a cat. Oh. I don't think it's looking like a cat anymore. I think, if anything, it's kind of bull-like. Alright, then we'll come around again. Oops. Probably shouldn't drive on that field. You can see the floppy dog ears and nose if you squint now. Yeah. Well, it might get better in a second. Because I probably made her head a bit too long. I think that's the problem. But let's go and try and put the little bit of a doggy snout in. Oh, don't worry. I am not offended by people teasing on this. I'm doing the best I can, but I know the tools at hand are limited, so that means that I don't feel too attached to whether my efforts are good or not. I'm going to keep trying because I want to make it decent, but I think it's going to be pretty naff. Well, I'm not planting. I'm right now doing this with the cultivator just to get a bit of an idea of how much I can do this. Because I thought if I did a decent job with the cultivator, I could probably just go over this with the seeder and it would, potentially just work. Alright, here we go. Let's drive down to the bottom end and see how this looks. I think it looks better here. There we go. Her eyes are way too close together and way too high up her head. Maybe I'll make them eyebrows. Oh, I did that one too long. I just made it so much worse. She looks nonplussed. Well, I mean, she looks nonplussed in the photo I showed, so I think that works. And she looks nonplussed a lot of the time when Toby's crawling all over her and, being a toddler. Hang on, gotta get my chat back up. You know what? I'm okay with this. I think that worked pretty well. I think for my first tractor drawing. That's actually not horrible. I think I can improve it with something. Let me see if I can actually pull it off though. I need to make her nose a little bit more dog nose rather than just collection of where the lines are. So if I turn in nice and hard now, will I get a little bit of that curve around? Maybe we just have to lift it up. Oh, wrong way. Try and make her nose a bit more prominent. I am trying to make not crop circles, crop dog faces. Go away, minuscule flying insect that's hovering in my face. You know what? It looks messier, but I think it looks more convincingly dog-like with the bigger nose. See you, PM. Yeah, Asuka was fun yesterday. I'm gonna have a crack at it next week as well. I think... Oh, hang on. I think I need to get my tractor in a spot and I need to turn off the lines. I think I need to get a screenshot of this. Seriously. Oh. Go away, rotten thing. Yeah, I'm just mud painting. So those who know farming sim better than I do, obviously, how do I hide my HUD? And can I get into some sort of photo mode? What the heck is a Fry's? Is that a fast food joint? Is that the kind of place that Capac would be drooling for? Ugh. Oh, I'm so glad I ignored that phone call. Stupid politicians calling. Go away. Oh, Fry's Electronics. Ah. No one's giving me any controls for hiding the HUD. Or a photo mode. Let's see. Is there a farming sim hide HUD? Farming sim 25. Oh, it's like console commands in Farming Sim 22, so maybe it isn't a thing. Maybe not. Well, F12 it is then. Kind of need to drive further away so that I can get a better shot. So if I go and plant on this now, will my planting only grow in the cultivated areas? Or will it grow everywhere? So I thought I could maybe plant just straight over the top of this. Maybe try and tidy it up a little bit, but use the fact that I'm then laying over 2 different drawings so that I can get finer lines and better control. Do any of you guys know if you try and plant on an uncultivated field, does it grow? Depends on your cedar. Quite a few have their own built-in cultivator and might mess with your drawing. So this is my cedar. So... Is there a narrower planter / cedar? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I can buy one. It's a direct cedar, it doesn't need cultivating. I don't know how to find that out based on something I've actually own. I've got to go to the shop, don't I? Can I just teleport to the shop, or do I have to drive there? I'm going to start driving there while I wait. Just press P. And someone just discovered one of the hidden Reggie commands. Alright, so if I go to... seeding. I have a John Deere something or other, which is none of these. Is it a planter? None of those either. Is it not? The one you have isn't a direct seeder. Okay. I have this one, do I? Is it one of these symbols I need to understand to know if this is the... And no, if you don't cultivate, plants won't grow. No. Cool. All right. Excellent. Let's go pick up the cedar, and I'm going to grow some crops. Make my Charlie face. And then I can go back to actually doing sensible things and wait for it to grow. Oh yeah, why did I read John Deere when it's clearly Great Plains on the cedar? Yeah, well. So, calendar. We're in September now. I can either plant barley, canola, or wheat. Let's go wheat. What's going to be ready to harvest first of those? Barley will get to growing faster. Maybe I'll do barley because it's got a shorter season. It's only 1 day though. I'll do wheat. Be golden. Oh. Which one's going to look best against the weeds? I think the wheat probably will, because it'll be golden against the weeds, which hopefully will have more green in them when they grow bigger. Alright, let's go. Lower cedar. on. Turn it on. Oh, the tractor is struggling in the wet. Oh, they possibly have flowers. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I'm glad I chose my big field, because I think I would have struggled to do any sort of drawing with, the smaller one. Just realized I do actually want that to be a nice acute angle. If I move around, it'll be too rounded and will look funny. Do I have service intervals for my equipment? Oh. I have no idea. Alright, I need opinions. Do I plant seeds for the eyebrows, or do I not? Keep the eyebrows, ditch the eyebrows. I need opinions. I'm not sure. I'm getting 2 yes. 3 yes. Alright. Sounds like we're keeping him. Good, good. I can make her more quizzical, though. Oh yeah, what's the map looking like now that I've planted some of it? Oh yeah, it's only filling in the areas, so that's good. I could try... no, I won't be able to pull it off. How else is she supposed to look like? Did you really do this to me? How could you do this to me? Hey, I'm honoring you, girl. Making a visage of you in crops. Or I could say that the expression is retaliation for the chemical warfare that she's committed against me over the years she's been sharing an office with me. Okay, let's get the little nose done, and then we're done. Oh no, then we got the eyes. Eyes and eyebrows. Lost the stream. Well, that's not my end. Ooh, I think I'm happy with that nose. I think I'm happy with that shape. I think I'll leave it. Oh yes, Twitch does have hiccups regularly. Oh, I can try and make her eyes, like the actual eyes, less wide, because I think they're too wide. I think it's part of my unhappiness with them. I start there instead. Stop there. Thanks, Charles. Thank you for 28 months. Thank you very much. Can I add a chew toy? Well, do you want the stream to continue, or do you want her to chew the toy, spin it around, break a chunk off, and have it fly against my PowerPoint and shut off all my computers? There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I can now leave that to be, and I can get this field planted. And then it's mostly about deciding what to do with my money to try and make more money. Steering assist. Number of headlands. Let's try 2. Okay, let's go. Oops, I turned off the lines. It's kind of the whole reason I wanted this. No, Danny, I do have a UPS for my PC, but what happened would not have been fixed by a UPS in that setting. The reason being, Charlie switched off the power to all of my stuff on my desk. And I don't have enough UPS to power both my PCs. It's really expensive to get that many UPSs. So it still would have ended the stream. But yeah, she basically hit the wall switch for the power with the end of a Nerf toy. Yep, UPSs are pricey. I think if I can ever afford to get a home battery, I'll have even more incentive to get enough UPSs for my PCs and and my router as well. Because then, in theory, if I have enough UPSs, if I have a power outage, they would cover the gap while the home battery switches on. And potentially have uninterrupted power. Albeit with a loud beeping noise that the UPS is going, "This isn't right! This isn't right! Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it." Yeah, I think the one I've got should be able to support my PC and my center monitor for 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. Is it uninterrupted or unlimited? It is very much uninterrupted and very much limited. I think the one I've got is... I think it's 1500 watts. 900 VA, whatever that means. Or the other way around. The numbers are 900 and 1500. I can't remember what the VA means. Volt amps. Yeah, I don't actually know what a volt amp is. Yeah, 1500 VA, 900 watts, yeah. But I got it on special, and I really wish I'd bought more than one, because they haven't had a discount on them since then. I just had a moment of panic where I was like, am I actually planting? Did I turn on the cedar? Am I killing my crops in the corner here? Doesn't look like I have crop damage on. That's fine. But yeah. I did buy one to at least have my main PC not get nasty shut down if the power goes out. As my main PC is the more expensive one. I think I have my NAS, maybe. I think the next one I would probably have set up would be my NAS. Ooh, my tires be muddy. VA stands for volt amps and watts is volts times amps, so they are equal as long as you stay within the same power system. Are you not going from 3-phase to single phase? Okay, so I can just say it's a 900 watt UPS. Cool. That makes me happy. Oops, wrong way. I think I do have my NAS plugged into the UPS. I'm just not 100% sure I do. I think I decided to because I was like, it would be really bad if my NAS corrupted stuff. Because that's where I store all my stuff. If one VA equals 1 watt, then no, they aren't being... Whatever version they're using of it is not the same. Wait, why am I half off? Oh, that's confusing. But yeah, what I probably want is to get 2 more. One for my stream PC to stay up, and one for my router to stay up. My router's in a completely separate part of the house, like in a completely separate building. And like that'd be nice even without a home battery, because I'd then have the ability to say, by the way guys, power just went out in the house. I'm going to have to wrap up the stream here and actually do a proper closing of the stream and then turning everything off. Rather than what I've had to do when I've lost power, which is get my phone out, sign into the Twitch app through all the means that becomes annoying, realize I can't do things through the Twitch app and actually sign into Twitch on my browser on my phone, and then sign into chat and tell you guys that something's wrong. Or if I'm co-op streaming with Capac, send him a text. Hope that he noticed. And still do all those other steps anyway. So it's like, it'd be nice to just be able to say, oh, those alarms you're hearing? Yeah, my power's out. If it doesn't come back on in the next 2 minutes, we're gonna have to wrap up. Not sure whether there's any rules around diesel generators where I am, because I'm in suburbia and diesel generators tend to be loud. So there might be some rules around not being allowed to use them. Not that I would not that I could ever justify going to that extent. Yeah, there are some mini UPSs for the router that I've looked at that are not terribly expensive. And would probably be worth considering as a thing. But to get another UPS of the one that I have, when I last looked it up, was 500 bucks. 560, I think it was. So I was like, oof. Ouch. And I'll go to row. No, I'll go to this one. I'll just pick rows at random. That's the most efficient way to do things, right? If Twitch is buffering, unfortunately that's not on my end because I have dropped absolutely 0 frames this entire stream. Now have a light on your desk that's plugged into the wall instead of the battery to act as a signal that the power went out. Fair? As an electrician, we only use VA when referring to 3U phase power because they are required to have total power factor greater than 90%. Like a single power. Oh, so it's an efficiency thing. Alright. Anyway. Volts, watts, all this stuff. I understand enough to get me by in most conversational situations, but those UPSs have a lot of numbers written on them. So I'm okay in not fully understanding them. Doesn't upset me. Okay, so I've planted this. Do I sleep away a bit of time? I don't want to see my Charlie face grow. Guess I can see what jobs there are out there, see if there's something interesting for me to do. Ooh, see if there are any jobs that actually let me use some of that fancy, the folding, crazy equipment stuff, and how expensive it is to buy. So I know you get paid more if you bring your own equipment, but I know, I thought in Farming Sim 22 there were jobs where they provided equipment for you, for a lot of it, because that's how I used a lot of the funky harvesters, like the potato one. Oh yeah, I know about watt hours. Like, the stuff that batteries use in Space Engineers and Stationeers, that's as much battery as I want to bother understanding. Okay, so, to get jobs from other places, because that's 2 fields nicely planted. How do get jobs? Contracts. Rather found for plowing. Use your own equipment or lease. Let's see what these jobs are. Deadwood. Harvesting. I'm looking at the equipment rather than the anything else. Just see. That's the mowing stuff, plowing, rock removal. Oh, none of them have the fancy things. Transport the trees to the specified selling station and we get paid. Be careful not to damage it. Any damage will be deducted from your pay. That sounds like a job for me. I will be right back. I need to take a quick bio break, and then I will decide on which contract to actually do. This one. Okay, so which contract? What's gonna be most interesting? Harvesting? What's this harvesting? What am I harvesting? Does it tell me what I'm harvesting? Carrots. Oh yeah, let's do that. Borrow items. Alright. So I need to go to the shop to get those. Oh. Okay, I was saying these things have bad horns, but this sounds like a horn. Or an air raid siren. Or a tornado siren, yeah. Tornado sirens basically are air raid sirens, aren't they? Okay, so I need to go across the bridge and north to 23. Yeah, I'm thinking this will look similarly crazy to the potato one, except carrots you have to be even more careful with because they can't just tumble the same way. I'm imagining this thing will be a bit nuts when it unfolds. Now is the time to send an AI worker to send to the field. Get them to do the work? Nah. Whoops. Oh man. Yeah, it's a single rear wheel. Do you know what this thing's reminding me of? My absconder from Assertive Acquisition, from Survival Impossible. If I did it in black and red instead of white and red. I don't know why, but in games that involve driving, I always feel the need to test and run over all the street furniture signs over. Yeah, I know why. It's because it's fun to run over things. That's why you test those things. I already know that little street signs are breakable, and I am confident that things like the power lines will not be. Get them to drive the tractor. Oh. How do I get them to drive this to the field? Activate AI worker. Deliver that to... not unloading station, to there. How do I set there? From deliver to go to. Is the target position that? Nope, it's that. Sure, you go and park there. Start job. See you, Nighthawk. Yes, a go-to does make more sense. Oh. Creepy. They're ghosts. Yeah. Makes sense now that I think about it, that I just didn't even read that bit that said this is the type of mission. I should have. Thanks for your technicality. Thank you for the Prime sub. Okay. Should do it. 3-meter lines. Wow. Narrow. Maybe this thing doesn't unfold that much. Okay. And that is me harvesting the carrots. Oh no, I'm sure the kids will be terribly unhappy that they're going to be late for school. It's pretty crazy that people have managed to make durable heavyweight machinery that can do this stuff. I'm sure some farmers would be quite happy to argue against the concept of this machinery being as durable as it could be. AI worker just arrived, which is good. I can get them to just do this work for me now. At that point, what do I do for myself? Genuine question. Yeah, I presume these carrots get trimmed, so they're just, they're not going to be sent with the full carrot top to the supermarket. Because I think if you get rid of the tops, the carrots last longer, because the tops tend to rot, and then that rot will spread to the rest of the carrot, and then the transport costs go up and all that sort of stuff. Rent another piece of equipment and do other fields. Yeah, okay. Because what I'm thinking about is the idea we talked about earlier about getting other people to be the AI and how to make that work. Because I guess the way it would probably work is be like, all right, this job, this person will do. This job, this person will do. And we'll just keep picking up new contracts until we can afford to buy all of the land. The AI won't load the trailers as far as I know. Okay, so there is something you do have to do yourself. Also, how do I see how full I am? I'm not seeing a bar for where this thing is full. Okay. Yep. And just read Blazer's comment. If you care, that harvester does not have an inventory you can see in the store. So it's just deleting the carrots. So I've probably failed the contract. Okay. Great. Well, let's give it a go anyway. See if I can at least get some carrots. Okay, I have no idea where it's going to go, so this is going to be fun. Oh, I can manually adjust the height of that, can I? Okay. So now I go activate AI worker. Nope. Oh, wait. Is it waiting for me? Oh. There we go. I'm getting carrots. Oh no! It's gone catastrophically wrong. Where's he going now? Okay, trying to chase this. It's like trying to chase that AI cargo ship that I exploded against in the economy only thing that I did. So I have no idea where this is trying to go. Oh, apparently I'm in the way. No, maybe not. Zucchini's doing for SC2 is what I want Giants to do for the next game. Doubt they will, but that guy can dream. Do you mean like adding more physics elements to it? That sort of thing? Is that what you mean? This is hard. Ah. The AI worker quit. They're not supposed to quit. Am I not lined up well enough? Is it really that picky? If it's really that picky, this is never going to get done. I need to hire another AI worker to do this bit. But I'm not sure they can. I feel like it really is that picky. Well, if carrots are hard, this is really hard. I'm too far away, I'm too close, it's just not happy. Hey, I'm using the trailer that I was provided. I'm just using what I was given. One of the biggest problems is that thing's acceleration is greater than mine. So when it gets going, there's a bit of delay and there's a bit of lag there. That means I'm slower to get going, and so I then overshoot. And, this be hard work. I think the contracts usually do stipulate that you have to supply the carrots somewhere, yes. It's usually part of the deal. Yeah, this would definitely be an advantage to having a human AI worker, because then you can communicate with them. Be like, hey, where do you need me to be? No, stop reversing, you jerk! I'm losing carrots. Just because you can stop and start in a moment's notice. Where are you going? Oh man, this is it's terrible. Oh, you have two bad drivers? True, you could have two bad drivers. That is also a very real possibility. What is it doing? Why is it doing these tiny little rows? This AI is a perfect capex stand-in. You know what? You are not wrong. It is... There are a whole bunch of things it should be doing. It's not communicating anything to me, and I'm having to figure out everything from its random activities. It is capac. Yeah, the carrots have a very narrow... Like, it's all very narrow with the carrots, so I imagine the extra leeway you get with the other crops would make them more viable. And also having storage in the harvester so that you're not losing stuff every time you have this happen. I'm just going to stand back and see where it goes. Because it's clearly doing something very strange on this corner. But can I even put the driver in this tractor? Will they drive alongside me? Or am I just going to have the inverse of this problem? With them not having a clue where I'm going? Okay, getting this road on now. No! Losing carrots. There's a modded version of this harvester released by Giants to fix this. It has an inventory. Yeah, having no inventory does make this a bit harsh. I can see why that would be a thing that they did. Where are you going, buddy? Oh boy. Yeah, I think... Can I just give up on this contract? Cancel that job. Cancel contract. Do I have to return all my equipment now too? Nope, I am standing in a field. Good. Somebody else's problem. Thanks, Galen. Thank you for the 21 months. Yeah, that's definitely something to make someone else's problem. Okay, so we go to map. I'm gonna... Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go sleep and check out the Charlie face once as it grows. That's what I want to see right now. Do 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 do. Can I not sleep again? Do I now have to wait till later before I can sleep again? How do I just sleep away my year? Can I do that? Okay. I sleep now that it's been a couple of minutes? Sleep through till morning? See what the growth stage is on my thing next? No. Wait, oh, is that going to make me wake up the next day? I was misinterpreting that quite badly. Alright, let's go have a look at the field. Ooh, check it out. It's working. Charlie's growing. If I leave the tractor here and I turn off the lines. Yeah. Look at that. That's working. That's working pretty well, actually. Let's grow. Let it get a few more growth stages. Do I go back to my... No. So if I move this closer to my door, I can then go back and forth and have a look at them more easily. This is called efficiency. Sleep another day away. And sunrise. Download the Power Tools mod so you can use Fly to get a good screenshot. Ah. Yeah, good call. My wheat is growing. Let's get another day done. So we're up to November. We probably won't see a lot of growth changes in the wheat for a few months, will we? Probably need to go through to like February or March, I imagine. But I'll check them each time anyway. Yeah, it looks about the same. Sleep another day. Do 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 do. Come on. Sleep faster. Okay, now we've got... The weeds are all dying off and everything's brown, except for the wheat. That looks kind of cool. Actually, should I get the in-game... Should I get... Oh, I'll do the fly thing after the stream, probably. Just kind of wanting to get the ability to fly now. Oh yeah, having the ability to cheat and get a whole lot of money could have been useful for me to check stuff out. That would have been a valid point. Alright, still much the same. We're in February now. So let's sleep till March. I am become Capac, destroyer of daytime. Destroyer of pillows. Okay, that's still looking the same. So obviously not much is going to grow during winter. Build mode to fly, kind of. How do I get to build mode? How does one enter build mode? P construction. Huh? Oh, okay. Can I rotate this view at all? Zoom camera. So we can at least get a nice overhead view of this that isn't just the map view. Which is kind of cool. But can I rotate it? Yes, middle mouse. There we go. Oh, nice. This is kind of perfect. Especially if I move. Because it's centered on me. So if I move down here. And then go... Construction. Yeah. Is it WAS to move? Oh, it is WAS to move. Even better. Cool. Yeah. Sweet. Thanks for that. That's perfect. That's gives me all the control I wanted. For the moment, anyway. Capex is plotting to plunge the world into an eternal darkness? Probably. Oh, this is looking better. Now that it's got a bit more height to it. Although, what's happened down at the bottom, at her chin? I've lost some of my crop. Looks like there's a couple of bits of disease on this field. What is that? What are those bits? Withered. It's from weather damage. Oh. Slobber. It does kind of... It is where she would slobber a bit, yes. Yeah. Could be worse. I kind of like that. Yeah. It's janky, but I'm proud of it. I'm actually proud of that. I think that looks kind of cool. Let's go a couple more and see if we can get it to, because it's almost at harvest. Let's see how it looks when it's at harvest age. Oh yeah, Blazer, yeah, having the menu on the screen for getting screenshots, not ideal, but at least for my purposes, when I'm getting a screenshot, I'm usually doing it for a thumbnail, so I can get away with lower, with using only part of my screen, because I play at 4K, but thumbnails are typically 720p. So I can usually crop out and still have everything look nice. Which is good. Oh, there we go. There's my Charlie in golden wheat. Yeah, if you didn't have seasons, you could probably do this with some color and have a couple of different crops, or just try and line up which crops have a nice alignment to make it all work. I'm genuinely kind of proud of that. I think that's going to be worth. I think I can clip this. No, don't. Ah, stupid Twitch. Why are you like that? But yeah, that's my dog as a crop, as some wheat, looking a bit unhappy about it with the eyebrows, really. I think I'm going to wrap up here. Big thanks to Giants and Daredrop for the sponsored stream thing, because always good to get a chance to muck around with some new things and put some money towards getting new equipment for my streaming. The link's been dropped in chat by Reggie to have a look. This is for their Nexat thing, which is like super complex machinery. If I go to the shop, where is it? N. These things. And you can see why I kind of imagined Space Engineers style mechanisms with this stuff. Because it looks very much of that type of thing. With the way that it collapses down. And I think all those wheel modules can rotate and be in different modes for moving around differently, so that you've got something that behaves more like a long truck in this mode and behaves differently for different harvesting and all that sort of stuff. Should be able to lease it to see it in the wheel run. Alright, let's give it a lease. Oof, that costs $33,000 to lease. Oh yeah, these modules can totally flip themselves, can't they? So if I go... Can I change modes with it at all? Enable work mode. So those flip. Then these flip. And I imagine my cab then moves around. Yeah. So you can imagine having something like that would be epically stupid, but potentially fun to build. Which is really cool. But yeah, this is the DLC that was able to get me this stream, so I'll be back on Friday with some more Stationeers, which I'm looking forward to because I've had to do my restart because of my hardcore mode decision. But that's okay. Ooh, that guy was ghosty. But I'm looking forward to that because I've gotten to a state where I'm actually building stuff that I'm happier with my new restart. And I've got my cool trading set up, my little window where I can see the traders landing and do all that stuff. So I should be able to get to a position where I've got like a Sterling engine or something next time. And then I'll be back on Sunday with some more Space Engineers with Shaq. I'm going to try and see if I can manage to get a video out this week, possibly tomorrow, with some stuff I was mucking around in Space Engineers 2, but we'll see how I go with that. So there's all that, and plenty more to come, and I will see you then.